Howdy Rillas. Today we're going to do a quick down and dirty comparison between the Maxpedition Colossus and the Wancher tactical bag, which is essentially a Colossus clone. Now the two bags you're looking at, obviously the Maxpedition is on the right, the Wancher is on the left. They're essentially the same rough size, Maxpedition being, I think, slightly larger, as you can see with the comparison between the two. As of today, the Maxpedition is selling on Amazon for $110.95. The Wancher I got on an eBay auction for 22 bucks. So we're looking at not only, obviously there's a huge quality difference, but is there a value difference, or is the Wancher a practical choice versus the Maxpedition if you're budget conscious? And hopefully this video will cover that. I'm not going to hold you in suspense. The Maxpedition is by far the better quality bag, but can you make do with the Wancher? Well, you'll find out. So here we go. We'll start out with some basic information about the Maxpedition. You've got a main compartment, which is 8x5 by about 10 inches. You've got a top compartment, which is 6x5 by about 1 inch. You've got a front compartment, which is 8x7 by about 1.5. You've got a rear concealed carry area, which is 9x11 with an 8x7 loop field. And you've got a back concealed carry area, which is again 9x11 with an 8x7 loop field. So let's take a look inside the first zone of the Maxpedition. Obviously you've got the pals webbing on both sides. You've got pals webbing across the bottom. I typically run the Maxpedition with the water bottle. It's a generic Chinese Maxpedition water bottle clone holder. Got the little front pouch, side pouch, but for purposes of just being a water bottle holder, I didn't need to rather spend 10 than spend 30 or 40 on the Max product. Alright, so down on the bottom you have a little area here for lights or fire equipment, whatever you want to put in there. I'll show you on the other compartment. This piece of fabric here is actually held down by Velcro, and you can extend this down into that area, making the whole thing a big pouch. You've got a loop field on the front, the Maxpedition logo, the zipper pouch right here, contrasting material behind that, making it easier to see what's in there. In the front pouch here, let you get a good look at that. You've got, this is what I was talking about. This piece of material here can unvelcro and then can slide all the way down, giving you the full depth of this front area. Or if you want to run it like I do, you can hook that Velcro back together, making two separate compartments, a bottom compartment which you can access with that zipper, and this top compartment. You've got two loop fasteners here, a couple of smaller slip pockets, bellowed slip pockets up front. Behind those, without any kind of fastener, you've got another slip pocket behind there. Plenty of organization in that front admin pouch. Got a little shock corded area on here. Again, two big loop fields. You've got the area here where you can go all the way through there with a flashlight or a small umbrella, something along those lines. This little top pocket, again, you've got some elasticized bands and a slip pocket behind there. Again, some contrasting color material. When you get into the main, these are all paracord pulls, which is different from the Wancher, which is using like a zipper tab. When you get into the main compartment, mesh pocket with a zipper pull here. I've changed out that zipper pull. Actually, I bought this used for about 35 bucks, so was missing a zipper pull. I added a lighter colored one. You've got another slip pocket back here. You've got a Velcro fastened slip pocket back here. You've got a couple of mesh pockets down in there. Again, all contrasting colors. So when you look down in there, you can easily see what's what. Big, thick padded, I'd say 1/2 inch padded on both sides, and on the back area it feels like, probably the front too. Getting out of this main compartment into the what they call the rear compartment. This is your concealed carry. You can see a big, deep, wide hook and loop field in there. And if you don't want to carry back there, you've got a snap-off rear pocket back here with another big hook and loop field behind that. On your strap itself, this is an ambidextrous carry bag, carry over either shoulder. It's not designed for left or right carry. Behind, you've got the mesh and the padded areas here. Behind this, you've got a little pocket, if you will, that you can slip stuff into, multi-tool, knife, what have you. Same on that side. Strap itself, you've got a padded shoulder strap. You've got some 1-inch webbing on the front. You've got this elasticized keeper over the buckle, quick release buckles here. Guess to make it a little bit more difficult, I guess, to get at those if you didn't want them to accidentally come off. Of course, it makes it a little bit more difficult to put them back on. But all in all, this thing's built like a tank. It'll last for years. I bought it used. Might have been used as a juice box carrier at Six Flags or something. It hardly looked used at all, and really happy with it for 35 bucks. I think that's a fantastic value on this. Now, looking at this Wancher, right here, W-A-N-C-H-E-R, made in China. Again, you've got the pails on the side, pails on the bottom, pails on the other side. You do have the shot cord and the barrel lock, but you do have these zipper pulls instead of paracord pulls, although that would be relatively simple to cut off and put your own paracord pulls on there for an inexpensive price. You've got this bottom pocket, again, with the Velcro down here so that you can extend it down and use the entire front area as a make this front pouch actually go all the way down to the bottom. You've got the zipper pocket up front. You've got the loop field, essentially the same loop field. Obviously, I don't think it's sewn on as well. You can see all this is double stitched. This doesn't look like, well, I guess there is some double stitching there. Give them credit where credit is due. Inside, again, you've got this compartment folder. Now, it is not the contrasting material, so it's black, obviously a little bit more difficult to see. You don't have the loop field or loop holders securing these small bellowed pockets. You don't have the slip pocket back here, so a little bit less organization in that front pouch. You do have the same type of fold through. If you want to run a flashlight or a small umbrella through there, you can. Getting into this top pouch, it's kind of rubberized back here. You don't have the contrasting colors. You don't have any kind of a mesh pouch. So just basic storage. And then getting into the main compartment, we can see you do have some mesh here, zipper mesh. You have a couple of mesh pockets down there. You don't, again, have the contrasting color, but you do have some padding, not as thick as the Maxpedition. The bag doesn't sort of stand alone, stand on its own like the Maxpedition does, but plenty of room for equipment. Again, for a value bag for 22 bucks, I don't know if you need it for an emergency trunk bag or something like that. I think you might be well served with that, with the value that this gives you. Your concealed carry pocket, you don't have any kind of a loop field in here at all, and it's kind of got that rubberized interior. But in your rear pouch, you don't have the same kind of mesh and padding that the Maxpedition has, a little bit on the back of those straps. You do have loop field that's just a 2-inch by, say, 6-inch strip or so, and Velcro and snap attachment there. You do have the 1-inch straps. You don't have that little rubberized keeper over the D-rings, but again, you do have a shoulder pad, and it is ambidextrous. So there you go. You got the Wancher tactical bag, which, believe it or not, if you go on eBay and search for that, there will be some listings that show up for 105 bucks, nowhere near the $110 Maxpedition. It would be, I think, foolish to buy that versus this if you're only $5 apart. But you're going to see those on auction as low as 15 to 25 bucks, and if you can snap one up in that range versus spending 110 bucks on this, you might want to consider it. There is some value points. Of course, nothing's going to beat the Max if you just want to go first quality all the way. Maxpedition gear, it's kind of like buying IBM used to be. You're just never going to go wrong. Nobody's ever going to get fired buying Maxpedition gear. That's all I have. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, make a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you'd like to. This is the 400-pound gorilla, out.